the reassuring second one that he does. Yeah. I'm joking.
Oh, I started rewatching that.
I'm joking.
Jesus,
I'm joking.
I'm jacking.
It's the perfect show to watch late at night when you're about to fall asleep, but you still don't want to put on some bullshit. It's perfect.
And you know what's the great start is obviously they have like the turbo crew or whatever for the toilet, but then the girls at brunch, I always see that before I fall asleep, where she's like I won best hog.
Swapping down some brunch
piece of shit.
Pig dicks.
And I'm the fattest hog of them all.
You guys see the trailer for his new movie?
I'm not watching it
yet.
I'm not watching it.
I'm
not watching the trailer. I got
anti-trailer.
You saw that there was a trailer.
I saw there was a trailer, and I got really excited for this matchup of Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd, and I was like, okay, I gotta avoid it.
Maze, did you watch it?
I did.
Is it basically I Love You Man, but with Tim Robinson in it?
It is kind of I Love You Man-ish.
I'm here for it.
There's a Tim and Eric's Bedtime Stories, which was like a follow-up series that they did that had a very similar concept for one episode. So it reminded me of that because he's always been in that zone. But yeah, man, I mean, it'll be interesting to see his energy translate to a 90-minute experience, let's say.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's tough to do.
That's a lot of sketches.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sketches
tough to do.
strung together. But it worked. It worked when Nathan Fielder did The Curse. So I have faith. I have faith in these guys. Amin didn't like The Curse.
You didn't like The Curse?
Let me put it this way. Like, if it were a show where I'd never seen Nathan Fielder before and I watched The Curse, I think I would like it. I think, and maybe that's me. I'm trying to put him in a box. It was just like, it wasn't, I wanted like the other, like Fielder for You,
Nathan for You.
Nathan for You. Yeah. I guess that makes more sense than Fielder for You. I feel her for you.
I feel her for you. That's a mean show. I rewatched the fake dating show that he did, The Hunk.
Yeah,
for Nathan for You.
My God,
and when he's like,
that's another great late night show.
Great late night show. And where he does the whole he tries to shit on the host because he feels threatened by the host. He's like, well, he had a threesome, 2 guys. They're like, 2 guys, no, 2 girls. Like, what are you doing? He goes, I don't care. It's up for me.
His ability to not break character, man.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
Second to none.
Truly incredible. How do we feel about our lists?
Well, it's tough, man. There's a lot of athletes. A lot of athletes, man. A lot of athletes.
I had to cut off the OLI because
you just had to stop at some point, right?
Yeah.
At some point, I'm like, there's an athlete in every single one of these movies. It feels like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. Every single one?
You don't agree?
Every single movie. I could go through every single movie and pick an athlete, but I won't because we don't have the time.
No,
so
we don't have.
All right, so you're going more measurables. You don't care if they are playing a sport or not. If there's an athlete in every single movie, there's not a sport in every single movie.
But it doesn't have to be a sport to be an athlete.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's more about athleticism. That is what we're locking in on.
Well, it's not athleticism.
Nope.
A lot more of those athletes.
I didn't send you. We have a CT5 for that one, by the way.
CT5 tisms? I'm in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Wait, are you in for making the list or are you in the list?
I don't know, but I'm in either way.
Am I right, brother?
I guess Charlie Wax did have some athleticism when he
let's relax. Let's relax. Okay, let's
settle down.
Relax.
Simmer down.
Sounds like it means algorithm.
This idea is just straight up bad. That algorithm is busted. It's among the worst ideas I've ever heard. Top 5 easily.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Amin's drunk this evening, y'all, but he's got 5. CT5.
Welcome to Cinephobe Top 5, aka CT5. That's right. This is the companion podcast to the top-ranked, top-rated TV and film review podcast in the world, Chico, and everything in it. That's right, Cinephobe. You catch it. Comes out every Thursday. We've created quite the universe of in-podcast characters. People have appeared in these movies. People have appeared around these movies. And so we did this Cinephobe Top 5 podcast, or CT5 as it's affectionately called, in order to rank. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You want me to walk and do it? You can do a walk and talk position. And so we put together these lists.
Big walk that's going on.
Well,
you gotta watch on YouTube. If
the YouTube audience eat this up.
I mean,
So,
Go down some stairs.
So we're wait now. Go up the elevator.
That take an elevator of exposition.
Yeah.
CT5, our top 5 entries in certain categories. We come up with a category. We say, hey, let's rank our top 5 and our 2 outside looking ins. Some previous hits have been taglines, which I feel like I do every time. Top animals, top opening scenes, like Zach's selection of Roscoe, the best chip I ever had.
God, he grabbed that gun.
Then committed murder.
Yeah.
Worst spouses. And this week, we are doing Cinephobe Top 5 Athletes. And as if you heard in the cold open, seems like there's a little bit of a disagreement on what constitutes an athlete. Because Mayes apparently has a restriction. You have to be playing a sport in a movie.
No disagreement. I mean, I felt like there were more than enough athletes that played sports in the history of Cinephobe to choose from.
Sure.
You guys find an athlete that I haven't considered. That's what this list is for.
I guarantee I have found athletes you haven't considered.
It's weird because I thought we would have all the same names. So I'm looking at my list and I'm like, wow, I can't imagine a lot of deviation. This feels like CT5 years that we did last time, where me and Zach had like three of our top 5 were the same ones in the same spot. So it'll be interesting to see if there is any deviation at all, because I like May said, I feel like it's pretty straightforward. There are a lot of athletes, but apparently May's excluded a bunch of them, whereas me and Zach didn't.
I guess so.
Maybe his list will evolve as we do this. You never know.
That happens too. All right, Zach, you go first. I'll go second. Mays goes third.
One of my struggles for paring down this list was giving preferential treatment to current athletes or people that you knew, like, yo, that dude was an athlete, right? Maybe he's not in his prime anymore, but that dude was an athlete. I thought a lot about Magic Johnson when he came back in 1995-96 season, where he wasn't Magic Johnson anymore, but he's still Magic Johnson. He's still pretty good, right? Like yes, not in his prime. Been away from the game for a while, but still
clearly one of the best players on the floor on any given night.
Absolutely. And so we already knew that this OLI had a chooch, right? From stories, from seeing it. But when I saw this man running away from potential peril, and I saw the PI, Carson Phillips, jump off that roof, I knew that dude was an athlete.
Yeah. A cutting room floor for me. Yeah. I mean, the arm, when he throws that football, it's not just the strength, it's the accuracy. And again, like you said, Jax.
I'm Jason Jackson.
There it is. Zach, as you said, like he's way past his prime here. Like we didn't get to see.
He can still move.
You still got it. Still got it.
Yeah.
I may not be as great as I once was, but every once in a while, I'm as great as I'll ever be. And that's him. Yeah, great choice.
He goes in a division of the coulda, woulda, shouldas. So once upon a time, they were top dog.
You got caught up in gambling, right? Like it happens to every young kid.
Man.
Yeah.
Morgan
Look,
Freeman.
this is pre NIL,
Yeah.
right? The guys were getting caught up in that kind of stuff, and it's a shame. Speaking of NIL, my first outside looking in, my first OLI is a guy that I suspect. I don't know. I don't have any confirmation that he violated his NCAA eligibility by taking money. But when you are as decorated an athlete as this guy at the high school level, it's hard to believe that he wasn't taking some sort of, like, just something on the side, especially when you look at the lifestyle he led. Very affluent, right? Very affluent. This is a guy who is an elite athlete, right? He's so elite. He wasn't just great at one sport. He was great at football, baseball, wrestling, track, and you know what makes a great athlete, guys? It's a guy who keeps the main thing, and says, just win, baby. It's Mike Dexter from Can't Hardly Wait. You don't get to be that
decorated.
good.
Nah.
You don't get to be that decorated without taking something on the low.
No, he had to have been.
Yeah.
He had to have been. Poor kid, man. He also got caught up in just a rough NCAA situation, you know? Just trying to have his freedom. Trying to explore the world. Trying to find out who he was. Didn't want to be tied down by a man. Duh.
Yeah. Victim of blackmail, by the way. That's the other thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He works in a gas station or a car wash. Can't remember which one.
Is that all from the what happened to them after they graduated?
So, yeah.
Is that what Amin was looking up? Got to get the details of his career. I mean, yeah, he falls right in with the Glory Days gang.
Yeah,
with Carson Phillips. Sort of a Glory Days gentleman here. Glory. Oh. This person played the game the way it should be played. All right. He's a former backup point guard for an NBA champion. And he makes a successful transition to coaching during the movie. It's Ed Monix from Semi-Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Monix!
Jump shot ain't broke, is it?
No, it ain't.
And when he was at the tail end of his career, he could still move. Like, great backdoor cut against the Amigos last week. Like, he could do it.
Runs
and
the
by
puke.
some accounts, he could fuck. That takes athleticism sometimes.
More than some accounts. We got a witness.
One account.
Yeah. One account, yeah.
We got an observer. And he's
That's
definitely the
what
best
counting.
Ed. He's the most
I didn't even
athletic
remember.
Ed by far.
I didn't even
think of
remember.
more tyranny.
This is the wife, yeah. I was like, just thinking about fucking Rob Corddry.
No more athletic Ed in the entire Cinephobe canon.
Oh. Don't
Yes,
do that.
he said it 3 times, by the way.
Yeah.
He's trying to bait you,
You guys
Zach.
laughed through it. I need to make sure that it was
No,
heard.
I heard it.
Don't do that. Be respectful.
I heard it.
Be respectful. Okay. Ed Monix is a great pick. Cutting room floor for me.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of basketball, I don't want you to judge this person's athleticism. My next OLI. I don't want you to judge the athleticism based on basketball because so much more of an athlete than just a basketball player. We never really considered this as a sport because it was kind of a fad, and maybe it's still going. But I think of athleticism not just in an athletic standpoint of like organized sports or games or anything like that. Sometimes just your ability to get around in a way that not only shows how nimble you are, but it actually affords you the ability to be a vigilante, to fight crime, to stop a robbery at a jewelry store. Guys, it's Catwoman.
Yeah.
That Catwoman's an athlete.
Cutting room floor for me. We saw the way she hooped.
We saw the way she hooped, but like some people are like, oh, that's not real basketball. That's not great. Okay, fine. Watch her go around the city. Watch her parkouring around the city.
Nimbly
In a way
bimbly
no
from
one else
building
can.
to building.
Absolutely.
And I would throw out, look, the game may not be perfect, but it worked.
It worked.
It's certainly effective. Like you can judge the aesthetics, but
her goal
she got the job done.
Her goal was to dunk, and her goal was to dry hump a police officer in front of a group of children. And she did that on a basketball court.
Accomplished.
Mission accomplished, exactly.
Hang the banner. Put it on the battleship.
Relax.
Rip back. Amin, your next OLI.
Right. My next OLI. All right. So this is another. I went early with these high school athletes, but this is another elite high school athlete, football player, mainly football. Humongous future ahead of him. Probably would have been an NFL player, to be honest with you. Headed towards the NFL, one of the most highly sought out recruits. But this is the problem of the pre-NIL era, guys. Right? In the NIL era, you sign an NIL sometimes before you even commit, right? Like as you commit, you get your NIL deal, the money comes in, and you're kind of taken care of in terms of like your immediate needs. But in the pre-NIL era, like you have to kind of wait for the boosters to hit you up and all that stuff. And that doesn't happen until you get on campus. What happens if you suffer an injury prior to getting to campus? What happens if you suffer an injury prior to really like school letting out for the summer? You're screwed. Your scholarship is dropped because that's how it used to be. These are one-year deals and they can rescind them at any time. And so you're left having to go to the South Harmon Institute of Technology. It's Daryl Hands Holloway.
Daryl Hands, cutting room floor.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Same note.
By the way,
another Glory Days guy. We don't even know how good he was.
CT5 Glory Days.
Excellent. It's CT5 Glory Days indeed. I read a whole article about Daryl Hands Holloway's MBTI like personality grid, and he is an ISTP, introverted, sensing, thinking, perceiving.
What does that mean?
Well, it means he's like a peacemaker and a mediator, and his his basic fear, is being without inner peace or harmony, which drives him to avoid certain situations or behaviors that trigger this fear.
Would you say he has healing Hans?
Nope. I'm sure someone in Minnesota.
Healing Young.
One of the best receivers in the state, and then took those famous hands to the woodworking arena.
Great artist.
Foremost dick sculpture creator in South Harmon.
Mayes.
Great pick. My number 5.
No. OLI.
My OLI.
So,
defense wins championships, guys. If I've learned anything from Nico Harrison, it's defense wins championships, and we're trying to build a culture here. So I need someone who's gonna fit into the culture, who is going to bring a defensive presence. I need someone who's going to take a team that has lost 41 straight games, turn that shit around, take them right to the Bourbon Bowl. Along the way, set a record for 16 sacks in a game. It's Bobby Boucher from the Waterboy.
Won't say where I thought you were going with it, but I thought you were going in a different direction.
I think I thought the same thing as you. As soon as he said Bourbon Bowl, I thought, or for the 41, I was like, wait a second.
Bobby Boucher is raw talent, right?
Raw talent, great athleticism, LeVar Arrington-esque. People remember LeVar Arrington in college, like
Penn State,
jumping over lines and sacking quarterbacks and everything. Yeah, he was the truth. And Bobby Boucher, he turned a bad program into a bowl team.
And they had a shit offense still.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are they? They're winning like just scoring points on turnovers and special teams.
He's scoring defensive touchdowns. He's not letting the other team score. He's sacking them every time they get the ball.
Yeah.
How does Coach Winkler have a job, man? Your best offensive player is a linebacker? Like
South Central Louisiana State. They didn't even they had a rusted water canteen before he showed up there.
That's right.
Good point.
They're not paying Coach Fonzie very much money.
All right, number 5.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep this to just, sports that have balls, right? I think we can get caught up too much in the traditional sports when it comes to athleticism. To me, swimming, climbing, leaping, quick attacks, all this stuff matters, right?
Quick
it's
attacks.
just as athletic.
What is quick attacks?
Well, I'll tell you. There is an athleticism that is required, quick twitch muscles and everything when you're in combat, right? When you're in combat. And so in close quarters, when you got a close ground where there's some distance between you, those quick attacks can really sneak up on an opponent, maybe even sneak up on someone who's not just opposing you, but flat out hunting you. Guys, I'd say the best swimmer we've got in the Cinephobe universe is the Anaconda from Anaconda. That's athleticism. Climbs up a fucking waterfall.
Great core strength.
Oh my God.
Explosive.
You want to talk athleticism? Try something without legs and arms. Incredible. Incredible athlete.
Okay. It does do that rap technique in super speed.
Oh, I thought that was a
towards the
kangaroo.
end of the movie.
Oh, rap with a W. Got it.
Maze hasn't seen that one.
Oh, that's right.
He refuses.
I would say go back to listen to the episode and
No,
you'll learn
please
from it. No, that's worse than watching the movie.
God.
That might be the only episode in Cinephobe history where the episode is worse than the movie. Horrible Bosses 2 is the other one.
Yeah. I mean, you're number 5.
My number 5. Look, Zach, you just brought up great raw talent in the Anaconda. Maybe not hasn't played a sport, but clearly the building blocks are there. Maze, you brought up some great raw talent as well. I have great raw talent in my selection, my number 5. You talked about Carson Phillips, the arm strength, right? The accuracy. Carson Phillips was blessed enough to live in an environment that encouraged him to participate in team sports. Lived in an environment. Also, Carson Phillips, let's be honest, guys. We're all allies here, right? Carson Phillips, as a boy, probably encouraged, go play sports.
Oh.
That girls in many places in this country, a lot of times are told not to play sports or told not to play certain sports. So when you see a talent that has all the raw abilities to play that sport but isn't given the opportunity, it's a shame. But that doesn't take away from the athleticism. Doesn't take away from the athlete. So when I see someone with arm strength and accuracy, I say, put a football in her hands. It's Kim from Taken 2, throwing them grenades. Hit that Toyota Corolla on top.
Incredible accuracy.
Dude.
Incredible accuracy. That's a great pick. Oh, I hadn't considered.
It's too bad she got knocked up in college, cut short a illustrious career.
That's one of the risks.
All right. My number 5, don't have a lot of statistics or games logged in this athlete's career to really measure their skill, their accomplishments. So I'm going off of pure athleticism and stature, a specimen, if you will. I'm going down to the bayou once again. Neon Boudreaux.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Chips.
Yeah.
It's Shaq. It's young Shaq. One of the most exciting, fun athletes ever. But there's also some voodoo backstory in him playing in a Air Force hangar
with
on an
tire
island
for a rim.
Yeah, makeshift hoops.
Yeah.
That's
Algiers.
some folklorish, myth-making American folktale type stuff for Neon.
You know something that bothers me?
What?
About Neon? Is that a lot of people think his name is Neon Boudreaux.
I
hear that a lot.
Of that as well. I typed that.
Bothers me. No, but you, at least you corrected it when you said it, right? I mean, look, he went in there and they kicked Indiana's butt, right? First game. Indiana was a powerhouse. They didn't just have Calvert Chaney. They had Bobby Hurley, right? Like they just added the best point guard in the country at the time. Incredible. Yep. And he was like, "Nah, I got this. You want to run a play for a big man at the end of the game? I got this. Go put it high. I'm gonna go dunk this home." And he's clean. Didn't ask for that car.
Yeah, he didn't.
Character as well.
Smarter than you think.
Shaq's, yeah.
I got two Bayou guys with last names that start with Boo, who struggle with test taking. That's on my list.
One by choice and one by. All right, number 4. I like to look for athleticism in places you wouldn't expect. Right? Talk about the Anaconda, maybe Catwoman. I got another one here. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't think you understand the athleticism it takes to move your body in the way that this person moved their body. Clearly, they have endurance, which I think is a part of athleticism. They're trained enough to have endurance. They can go all night. They can dance all night. And what they can do in a pool boggles the mind. It's Nomi Malone from Showgirls. Yep. That is
definitely an athlete.
That's an athlete.
You can't work that pole if you're not an athlete, man.
Can't work that pole. You can't fuck like a dolphin without athleticism. I don't know what she was doing. Fuck was that Popeye sound you just made?
That's the sound of a dolphin fucking.
I think she kind of fucked like an anaconda.
Well, I mean, look, yeah,
brought it to my attention.
And I bet she's fucked an anaconda before because she seemed pretty experienced. Nomi Malone, man, she could go.
Coincidentally, the anaconda also has a problem with pussy.
The Bo Jackson of Showgirls, I would say. That Nomi Malone, all natural talent.
Okay.
My number 4. Look, at some point, we have to recognize contributions to success, actual success, right?
Yeah.
Carson Phillips, great quarterback in high school. What did he win? State? Okay.
Yeah.
Daryl Hans Holloway, great wide receiver. What did you win? Maybe state?
Maybe a city championship. We don't know.
Maybe city championship, right? Kim from Taken Two. You didn't even play the sport.
Mm-hmm. The sport of throwing grenades.
Whatever, right?
Of blindly throwing grenades in Turkey.
Not blindly. Accuracy. Deadly accuracy.
It's about terrorists. It's about terrorists, man.
That one maybe.
But when you're a part of something that wins and wins big at the highest level and does it not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4 times, you could say you're a 4-time NBA champion, not some fictitious high school stuff. You got to respect 4-time champ, walk in the building, people idolizing you, putting posters on their kitchen wall. It's Kurt Rambis in heart condition.
Cutting room floor. On my I'm looking at his name right here. Kurt Rambis. You're right.
The Lakers weren't the Lakers without Rambis.
Lakers do not win without Kurt Rambis. Yeah.
They don't?
They had Kareem, and they had Magic, and they had Worthy, and they had Coop, and they had Jamal Wilkes, and they had Michael Thompson. They had, Byron Scott.
Bob
McAdoo. Norm Nixon for a while. They had all these great players. Kurt Rambis ties it together.
Yep. Guess what? I never seen a Bob McAdoo poster.
Certainly not in Bob Hoskins' kitchen.
Yeah, definitely not. My number 4. This athlete is number 1 in my heart, but heart is not the only thing that goes into these rankings. The only good player on their team, the only one with any skills, the only one with any work ethic. If we ever do the first movie, might move up. All right, it's Adam Banks from D2 The Mighty Ducks.
I thought that was your one. I thought you.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
I thought for sure.
I wanted to. I thought about it.
Number 1 in your heart. Number 300 in terms of being able to act in that movie.
Number 300 in terms of acting. Also, it kind of sucks that he spends 90% of that movie working out his wrist. It's not really the best showcase for his
It's a different
skills.
movie. Yeah.
Look, coach. Look at my
I
wrist.
can turn.
I can turn a stick now.
Good. Go crank Jan. He's ready.
The Zach and barbed wire.
I spent 90 minutes working my wrist too.
So yeah, if we ever do the
Back-to-back
original Mighty
weekends.
Ducks, we'll check back in. We'll check back in with Adam Banks.
The way you guys lost it when I name dropped James and the Giant Peach. What a Mayes says. Say
Jack
James
and the Giant Peaches.
2 giant peaches.
Zach came out of that movie and he said, I could watch a peach for hours.
I could watch Peach for hours.
You get home, your parents ask you, how was the movie?
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm going to my room.
I'm going to take a shower.
Zach, did you stop by the gym on the way back from the movie theater?
Yeah,
Why
I've been
so
working
sweaty?
out. I ran home. My car's at the parking lot.
I knew you'd be worried. I was late.
All right. Number 3. To start off my list, I talked about Carson Phillips, who, past his prime when we saw him, but someone who could really move and someone who obviously had an incredible arm. This is another person that you could say was past their prime, but I am not going to be ageist like Mayes. I'm not going to be someone who shames. I can respect someone who can still move at an advanced age, someone who can still get up and down, someone who can still maybe, I don't know, escape the fucking feds and do it with a massive, massive bit of honesty attached to him. It's Thomas James Dolan, honest thief. In his 70s, he's getting away from the feds. In his 70s, getting away from the feds. Are you kidding me? He could run. He could drive. He could fight. That's athleticism. These are all sports.
Could he run?
For a 70-year-old, yes.
Amble.
He can amble. They named a whole entertainment company after him. Amblin Entertainment. Because he ambles so well.
Thank you for clarifying. I
Because he ambled in front of the move. The
Honesty
moon.
Pictures.
What was the name of that company? It was one of the worst production I gave it ass on.
Oh, fuck. It was recent, right?
Yeah. I think it was one of those. Original Films.
Oh, original films.
Original
Yes.
Original films. Keep your eye out for that next week.
Don't shame Thomas James Dolan. For yes, we saw him at a bad point physically and athletically, but it just shows me what he used to be. Right. That's an athlete.
The most
forever.
athletic position on the team is the owner, which Thomas James Dolan is.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
He fell out of a fucking window and started running away. That's athleticism.
That
Or
was
adrenaline.
kind of athletic, yes.
Yeah.
Superhuman, more than athletic, invincible, but sure. Chalk it up to athleticism.
I mean, you're number 3.
Too often when we talk about athleticism and athletes and sports, we are focused on bat and ball sports or, sports that end with the word ball in it, football, baseball, basketball, right?
Hockey ball.
We're when we say, okay, what if there's no ball? We're like, oh, you mean like fighting sports, right? Boxing, MMA, judo, etc. But there's another sport out there that's huge. Some might say it's the biggest sport in the world. Motorsports. These drivers are incredible athletes. They put themselves, like, you think they just get it behind a car and just like whatever? No. They're training, they're lifting. They require incredible cardiovascular health in order to be at the top of their sport. And so my number 3 is quite possibly the best driver we've ever had in this podcast history. It's Queen Latifah in Taxi. Oh, did you want more sports? What about X Games? Put her on a bicycle. Watch her go.
That wasn't her on a bicycle.
Yes, it was.
No, it really wasn't.
She rode through Manhattan to Brooklyn, and then she took off her helmet. And then we saw was Queen Latifah.
And gained 50 pounds.
Whoa.
That's athletic.
Are we body shaming? Are we body shaming now? Yeah, exactly. You do it. You gain 50 pounds to do all that shit.
Oh, I'll gain
we'll
50
talk.
pounds.
You do all that shit?
Well, no, I'm not going to do that.
You got
I'll
bike
gain-
from Manhattan to Brooklyn in 7 minutes?
That's not a thing.
It's totally a thing. She did it.
Got to open up your mind and believe. That is athletic. I'll give it to you. She did want to be a race car driver. My number 3. So we just experienced this with Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes, unbelievable winner, unparalleled career in the GOAT conversation. But then you have a belly flop in the Super Bowl, and it kind of puts a damper on everything. And now we're going to have a whole summer of questioning his greatness because of the last thing we saw, the way that he went out. So this athlete, 47 fights, 47 wins, 46 knockouts. Unbelievable career. Unstoppable. But then in your last fight, you get murdered. And it kind of sours it. And that's why Apollo Creed, the Cattle Body Fisto, is bumped down to 3.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the legend.
Oh my God.
Ass off.
It was too painful to
Twitch.
have on my list. Too painful. I couldn't.
I get that. But the resume cannot be ignored.
No, incredible.
46 knockouts.
Damn.
Worldwide
Everybody's
heavyweight
ass,
champ.
That's a lot. Yeah. Did have a draw, right?
Yeah.
Well, he had one win by decision,
A decision.
and then he lost
Right.
in Rocky 2. And then he lost
in
again.
Rocky 4. But that was an
For the last
exhibition, so
time.
that doesn't count
That's
towards his
actually,
record.
it doesn't count against his record. It counts against his health, but not his record.
So it's only one loss. It's still 47-1.
Yeah.
With 46 knockouts. Come on, man.
I mean, come on. That's crazy.
But by
That's
the way,
crazy.
by the numbers, better record than Rocky.
Absolutely.
Better record than Rocky.
Absolutely.
And
Rocky
Drago
went out
only
there, got
fought
his ass-
twice for some reason.
Paper champ.
Well, Drago never turned pro.
Yeah,
Only
his were all
exhibitions.
exhibitions too. That loss to Rocky doesn't count.
You might as well put Thunder Lips on the list at that point.
If it qualified.
Yep.
Brother.
Zach, you're number 2.
Keeping up with my theme of people who used to be athletes and used to dazzle crowds and everything. This is my number 2. I think we were both, all three of us were so impressed with what he did on the screen, not from a sports standpoint, right? In this movie, we see flipping over cars and running people down and everything. But I don't know that was as impressive as what else we saw in the movie, where Kid Sable, fat, old, still had that footwork in those hands. It's Kid Sable. Imagine him in his prime. Imagine Kid Sable in his prime.
A lot of past his prime on your list, Zach.
Love past my prime.
You're
celebrating. I'm celebrating those athletes.
I don't know. Naomi Malone and Catwoman and the Anaconda are all in their prime.
Well, Anaconda, R.I.P. But yeah, when
Anaconda's not his prime, man.
when we saw Anaconda, pretty good. But yeah, Kid Sable. Imagine he was shaped like Humpty Dumpty at that point, and still moving the feet,
Still got it.
throwing
Still
hands,
got it.
still got it.
You ever see those videos of 70-year-old dude gets in a boxing ring
Yeah,
and it's he just looks like an old man, but then the
He
big diesel
boom.
dudes, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you see how quick he is.
yeah,
That's a Kid Sable.
absolutely, yeah.
He had the gift of gab too.
Oh my god, and one of the best voices, CT5 voices.
Oh, CT5 voices. That's a good one.
That's the next one. Yeah, we just put that down on the list. That's the next one. Yeah, I think we're gonna do CT5 voices at some point.
No.
Mays, if you expect us to not do CT5 voices, you can forget about our deal.
I will forget about our deal.
I mean, you're number 2.
Number 2, again, you guys are so focused on boxing, basketball, football. I like recognizing all the sports. I just got done talking about motorsports. There's another type of sport out there that's huge. Maybe not as big as motorsports, but still very popular. One that every 4 years we seem to give a shit about when it comes to the Olympics, right? We're all locked in. And many sports in the Olympics, the glamorous sports, if you will, sprints, right? 100 meters, 200 meters. Everyone's locked in on that. But that doesn't make them any greater of Olympians than the distance people, the long distance people, right? The endurance it takes to go long distances. That's not easy. So yes, I'm taking an Olympic sport. Yes, I'm taking swimming. And yes, I'm going with the shark from Jaws 4. Swam from Cape Cod to the Bahamas. You think that shit is easy? That's an athlete.
That's endurance, man.
That's endurance.
Full belly, too. Just ate somebody.
Is it Jaws' mom? What did we decide?
You're not supposed to swim. You're not supposed to swim 30 minutes after you eat. No problem for that shark.
Immediately. By the way, one stroke, too. It wasn't like switching or whatever. Just
been there.
Fucking breaststroke the whole way.
And can roar like an
anaconda.
Of the plane.
Another great athlete.
Taking planes out.
Come on.
That's athleticism.
That vertical. Again, you know the core strength it takes?
Oh my God.
From water
jump
up?
out of the water? Ridiculous. Great pick. Great pick. Mayes, your number 2.
My number 2, sports movie that doesn't totally seem focused on sports or seem to understand what's possible in sports, but did give us one hell of an athlete. 112 miles per hour. Throwing the ball. Okay? 112. Plays one game professionally. Perfect game. 81 pitches, all strikes. 2 solo home runs. Batting. The original Shohei Ohtani. In the World Series, on the biggest stage. It's Steve Nebraska from the Scout.
Yeah.
Cutting room floor.
Yeah, same.
Hate to be a stickler. He has some pro games under his belt in Mexico. Not that he's never played professional baseball.
I'd love to see those. I'd love to see those stats.
Oh my
God. He's destroying the Mexican league. They carried him on a pagoda.
Yeah.
Do you understand how great you have to be?
It's God.
They literally worshipped him.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for No Pussy Percolo completely mismanaging his career and making him move into his apartment and not letting him pitch for 6 months.
Something we didn't explore. No Pussy Percola. Maybe Diddlin? An adult? A damaged adult?
No.
You have to move in with me?
Not
interested in getting pussy?
Questionable methods.
He was interested. He just wasn't good at it. That's all.
You know what he's good at? Diddling.
Was he?
I don't know. I mean, Steve Nebraska was pretty damaged.
You get Steve Nebraska with a real manager on a real team, and now you're in business.
Zach, you do have a point. The dude went and climbed to the top of the thing. Also, if you remember Michael Rappaport's character, that's a kind of maybe
he's got a type. He knows how to spot a
freak
victim.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. All right, number 1. Keep it up with the theme of today. This is an athlete that I don't know that we got to see their best. Okay. I don't know that we got to see their best. Kind of meandered through some athleticism, didn't really get to show everything, didn't even really get a real opportunity based on how great an athlete we think they were. We just got a small glimpse. I don't know how to judge whether or not this athlete was in their prime, because they're a primate. It's Ed. Come on now. Yeah, Ed, good enough for Mickey Mantle, good enough for me.
Last night, Zach texted the group chat, "Hey, what's the CT5 again?"
I forgot. Yeah.
And Amin said athletes. And it took every fiber of my being to not text Doesn't change Zach's number one. Are all the remaining pages of your analog notebook? They just had
just
Ed
got
at
number
the
one.
top?
Ed, yeah.
Number
We'll
one
just
Ed.
fill it in. Yeah.
Let's get that template in there.
CT5 chitterers.
Nope.
You
That was some-
you watching Ed?
I'm number two. I'm number two on the list. Ed got a chooch. He's burning up mitts. When you said through 112, I thought Ed throws way harder than 112.
That's true. Steve Nebraska didn't light anything on fire.
No. Oh my God. He's doing flips. He's the most acrobatic athlete we've had. Easily. And look at like what Catwoman was doing.
Well, I think my number one would have to disagree.
Okay. What was your number one?
My number one. Look, my number one was leaping over oncoming traffic on cars, right? Doing backflips over that, right?
Come on, hit me. Come on.
My number one was a varsity D1 athlete, scholarship athlete, right? My number one booked it. Not just like, talked about it. Showed us those afterburners running on the beach. My number one came out and won 47 fights, 46 of which
Hold on, man. You got to take one pick.
I thought about this as well.
My number one is Carl Weathers across all three of his Cinephobe submissions. The greatest athlete in Cinephobe history.
Also, if you want to add another feather into his cap, you mentioned driving earlier. Duke could drive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cutting them corners.
Yeah.
In a house? In a house?
In a house.
Fuck you, Memo Moreno. Let me see you do that shit inside a house.
Whoa.
In a hallway.
Go after no host Bo. Don't go after Memo.
I'm just saying. Like, look, there's talent, and then there's something else that you see, and you realize,
don't go after
I'm
Memo.
not that.
Go after Joe the Hummer Tonto. Don't go after Memo.
Also, by the way, Carl Weathers, former NFL player, which if any of the listeners want to
Raiders.
You know what? You know,
do me a solid, get me a Carl Weathers jersey.
You know where he was shining the best? San Diego State, baby. Aztecs.
Aztecs. Go Aztecs.
Mm-hmm. Go Tex.
So, Mays, I want to say this. I knew Zach's number one was going to be Ed. We all knew. I'm pretty sure you guys had an inkling that I would go either Apollo or some Carl Weathers form. Maybe not all three together, but you guys, for sure, I thought yours was Adam Banks. But you threw us for a loop by saying number three.
That was very surprising.
I had to mix it up, you know?
I thought you were very into
Steve
that
Nebraska.
Behind Steve Nebraska, yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what your number one is. Mace, did you hear what he said?
No.
Okay. It's all right. What's your number
one?
one?
A little Easter egg when you're editing.
So, kind of like Neon, kind of like Steve Nebraska, kind of like Bobby Boucher, all those three have in common unharnessed talent. They find the talent. It's overwhelming, but they need to be put in a position to actually maximize it and to use it. Same with my number one. And the untapped potential on this athlete is astronomical. There's all types of possible applications for this skill set. Plus, you've got a physique that's out of this world. It's Mount Olympus level. It's Hercules in New York.
Dude, cutting room floor. Dude, cutting room floor, and I won't lie. I had him in the top five, then I said, everyone's going to have him. I don't want to have too much duplication. That's why I left him off.
Let me update my list.
Discus?
Discus? You see what he does to a discus in about 3 seconds. He does that stupid triple jump where he jumps over the camera. You don't even know how far he's going. He throws a javelin. Cut. It's gone. That thing is 500 yards away. He gets into powerlifting. They want him to wrestle. Imagine all the things that Pressy could have exploited and put Hercules in the modern
If only he
era.
had a home.
He could have fought Krampus.
He had the
all
apartment.
kinds of shit. So
remember, he was beside himself.
That's not his.
Guy jumped out of a window.
He was sleeping on a couch. That's not his apartment.
That's someone else's house?
Please update my my list. Carson Phillips is bumped off.
Wow.
All the way up to number 3 is the bear that Hercules fights.
Oh my God. The footwork.
The footwork. Not Kid Sable level, but up there.
That's a strong call right there.
Yeah.
Mace, can you recap for us everyone's top 5s?
Zach's top 5: Nomi Malone, Thomas James Dolan, the Boxing Bear, Kid Sable, and Ed. Amin's top 5: Kim from Taken 2, Kurt Rambis, Queen Latifah, Jaws's mom, and Carl Weathers. My top 5: Neon Budo, Adam Banks, Apollo Creed, Steve Nebraska, and Hercules.
Yeah. Incredible.
Cutting room floor. And this is where it gets rich, man. There's so many here that I wanted to shout out. Let me just get it started real quick with this one. Homie Spumoni. Again, the raw talent. Maybe the wrong
terrible
sport.
basketball player.
But he could be a great fighter, though, man. Yeah. Fighting that fist.
Yeah.
Sweats tucked into his socks. Tank top on. That dude's in great shape.
Yeah.
I believe in the talent. Maybe the wrong sport, though.
The third Will Smith in Gemini Man.
Yep.
I swear to God, Will Smith CGI is what I have in my notes.
The third one, though. The one that came in at the end and was like fucking up in that hardware store. Yeah.
Not the one on the motorcycle.
No, not that one. No.
Right.
Although good, but not the third one.
Not that one. Yeah.
Snake Plissken. Come on.
Shit,
5 shots, 10-second shot clock.
Could surf
Infected with a virus. Penalty of
Oh,
death.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
shit,
the
man.
snake.
Hold on.
Get that merch.
It's a good one.
Hold
Update.
on. Hold on, man. Shit, man. Nah, I can't lose Mike Dexter, man. I can't lose him.
Teen Wolf 2?
Yep.
I
As we
had
mentioned.
the bad guy from Teen Wolf 2 because he didn't need performance enhancers.
And he wore
And he did it with
aviators
sunglasses. Yeah,
into a
did it with
ring.
aviators on.
Yeah, that's badass.
And
65 badasses.
gift of gab. Every dog has its day. Yeah. And he was 40. Past his prime also.
Old
Can you
guy,
imagine
yeah.
him?
I love him past the prime.
Let's see what I got. Memo Moreno.
Yeah. Johnny Be Good.
Johnny
It
Be
was
Good is
punting.
another good one.
Thought about it.
He was punting.
He really wasn't good in that one game, and then he doesn't play the rest of the movie. But
Well, he's
I
getting
hear ya.
recruited.
But
He's getting recruited.
But also-
he's going
he's
wherever
get-
he wants.
And also him handling the pressures of recruiting and not like succumbing and falling apart. Also, we know that he's big into film study. I know Coach Gruden loves that. He's big into film study. He's got interests off the field, music, playing the drums, and he's a good friend. Like I think all
Great
those
friend.
things makes a good teammate.
We're friend of the bingo.
Yep. Well, Primo from The Fan.
Yep. Juan Primo.
At first-
I got Bobby Rayburn.
I wrote Bobby Rayburn first. Then I remembered this dude was like in a 3-month slump for the entirety of the thing, man.
But he hit
Primo was
310.
getting.
He hit 310 the year before, though. $40 million.
Primo was
grant.
killing.
314 against lefties.
Primo was on fire though. Like this dude
but
was.
Primo, he was also in a slump. Hold on, be respectful to Bobby Rayburn. He was in a slump because Primo broke his ribs. Not
Correct.
Not adhering to the rules of baseball. Center fielder makes a call.
on the collision. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
He got what was coming to him, though. So Trailer
let's
Fair
see.
Ramsey.
Oh yeah, for
Basketball
sure.
Rookie of the Year, then Future Sport MVP. Come on.
That's
Sorry.
great. A 2-sport athlete. Yeah.
You know what's more impressive than that? Inventing the sport over K-Fix.
Yep.
Oh,
Also
good
needs to be
point.
mentioned.
Yeah, good point. Look, not traditional athleticism, but I like quick reactions. I think that's athleticism. Good hands. Jeep. Got
Nope.
that baby.
Great hand-eye coordination.
Yeah,
Man.
that's part of it. Also, like climbed up a mountain out of nowhere, right?
That's true.
Whatever
They
the hill
climb a
was at the
mountain
end.
pretty suddenly.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned it earlier. The Rimpak Cup, Lieutenant Alex Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. It's like, look, he single-handedly carried Team USA on his back.
I mean, I thought you were going to go with a different water creature, the shark from Deep Blue Sea. Now, performance enhancers. But
Number one.
the athleticism, unreal.
Yes. But I wanted to recognize Jaws' mom for the endurance.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
the Deep Blue Sea Sharks were just
Now,
they're
what
all
about
here.
the theory? But what about the theory, though, that Jaws' mom maybe was powered by voodoo magic?
Yeah, that's
That was
what
in the
they
trivia.
do.
That was in the trivia.
When they can't explain greatness, they have to find some other.
Okay, well, all
Wow.
right. Well, how about
Shark
this?
Illuminati.
We don't know that the shark in Deep Blue Sea wasn't that athletic. We just know it got smarter, right?
And it was bigger. But yes.
Harder to move. Yeah.
Tony in Blue Chips. Butch McRae
Absolutely.
in Blue Chips.
Not Ricky Rowe.
Ivan Drago. Rocky Balboa.
I had Hurricane Smith. Obviously, Amin took them all, but Hurricane Smith being able to book it.
Coffee Black, semi-pro.
Yeah. Not your traditional athleticism, but I didn't want to leave out someone just because they've got a bigger body than most. Paul Blart could move. Paul Blart could move. For a guy that size,
light on his feet.
yeah, light on his feet, big time.
Okay, hold on. I'm
LeBron,
still searching for another one.
Space Jam, A New Legacy.
Oh, there's no way.
I also thought about picking his son. His son
Bryce?
in Space Jam. Fake Bryce.
Let's see. Hold on.
You said Neon. You said Kurt Rambis.
Hold on. I got another one here that I'm trying to find. Shit. All right. Well, I can't find the exact details, but Steven Seagal and Mark for Death, decorated high school athlete.
That's true. Yeah,
We know it's high school because the jersey says high school on
says high school on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have one more for OL.
Really?
Well, you guys said a bunch of them, and then
Oh shit.
I had to cut it off at one point.
All right. Okay.
I don't really have time to describe. I'll just say that one fighter from Bloodsport, pretty athletic.
Which one? Bolo?
He was in a couple of scenes. He was pretty good. Yeah.
The big white dude with the drinking beers all the time.
Not that guy.
The guy who had a knockout in 0.13 seconds.
Not that guy. No.
Oh,
What could you describe this fighter?
He was kind of slender, which to be in a fighting sport and be the lightest one.
So not Bolo.
Yeah.
If he's slender, all those guys were huge. How did he?
Well, he was very nimble, very nimble. He would tumble around, and he would, he's jumping on guys and going for chokeholds and fighting styles and stuff.
How would you compare it to anything in the animal kingdom?
It's tough. I mean, guys, I got another pod that I got to get to, so
Okay, here's a couple of things I have here. Randy Daytona, Balls of Fury.
And also, you got to give a shout out to Carl Volstagg.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the Zanud. I wanted, this guy was originally in my list because I wanted to respect the not only great career, but the immense wealth that he accumulated after his playing career. Cleon Salmon. From Slam and
That's
Salmon.
right, yeah.
Good note. Eat a swordfish to death.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see what else I have here. I've got raw talent. I got Kramer in Problem Child throwing that weight. That dude threw the dumbbell.
He did.
He up into the second. Yep. I've got let's see here. Oh, another great out. This guy was in his prime, making a lot of money, but was also in a slump. That's why he fell off my list. Terry Crews in White Chicks. Latrell Spencer, I think is his name.
Sandy Lyle, Long Came Polly, pickup legend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Let it rain.
Zach, I can't believe that you continue to disrespect the most valuable primate, Jack.
Don't.
I thought he'd be for sure.
Not even the best hockey player we've had. Okay, I'll take Jean-Claude Van Damme over him any day.
I think Ed was winning most valuable baseball player. I don't think that happened.
No, he was just getting Matt LeBlanc's bum ass.
He didn't even get called up. I had Julie the Cat Gaffney.
Yeah. I was
clearly the best player on the team.
All Ducks. Just running
Bash
it down.
Brothers.
Next time, I guess. And this will come back when we do the original as well. But Gordon Bombay scored 198 goals in 14 Pee Wee games during the 1972 season. You can never forget about that.
Yeah, but then he got wrecked.
He walked away from the game forever. But I wonder, did Jade steal that stat from him? Did Jade think he was Gordon
good
Bombay?
question.
Because he used
Good
to talk
question.
about 193 goals at the squirt level. I'm pretty sure Gordon
Jade
Bombay
Hoy?
did it first.
Jade Hoy is Gordon Bombay.
Yep. It's a real life comp. And this, I'm stunned that neither of you guys mentioned this. This is my last one. Dumbo Walker.
I thought about
the
it.
slide tackle.
Good slide tackler. Yeah, 650 years of knowledge, but you put him in the current day, I don't know.
The sweeper, man. Come on, you're not scoring on
Well,
him.
technically, doesn't that mean he invented slide tackling?
Yes.
That's a debate for the historians. I don't know. Let's see if his dad can wake up from his cum cocoon and study that one.
I got two left here. I got Jared Dudley in movie 43.
Not even a good athlete
Because he's
in
black.
the NBA. Oh.
You're black, they're white. And then finally, I've got this also was in the top 5 version, then I had to bump it down because there were better options. But I said, semi-pro had a lot of athletes, but only one guy was truly world class. It was Rob Corddry. He's a world class cuck.
He's got the
You
jersey
don't think
to prove
that's
it.
Get us your CT5 list. We're not going with top 5 CT5 cuckers, sure, but cuckas, but not at Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Corn Puzzle, at Cinephobe, at Count the Dings, or drop in the Discord by becoming a Patreon member. Patreon.com/CountTheDings.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.